Justin.
Good people don't mind Justin this morning. He's in a very, 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 very high spirit, which is good. Morning and thanks for joining us on the program Galaxy. Today is Thursday and it's the 14th of September 2017. You know, on Thursdays we bring you a bit of lifestyle on the show, and today is no different. We'll be talking about an issue that has wrecked a lot of marriages. As we speak, it's still doing damages because people don't know how to go about it. So today on the show, I will be discussing managing your in-laws.
Wow.
You know, this is an African setting, and when you get married to a man, you're not just married to that one person.
You get married to the entire
You're
family.
married to the, in fact, to the entire clan. You know, even the ancestors that have passed, they have like a say in that marriage. So, wives versus mother-in-law, wives versus father-in-law, because it does happen, even though the incidence rate is quite low. You have wife versus siblings of the husband, and every other person that falls into that category of in-laws. How do you manage that kind of a situation? We'll be discussing that on the show today.
I'm thinking it's not just about the women today. Even sometimes the husband gets to try and manage the sister-in-laws, and of course...
That's why you're here. You hold forth for the men.
Yes,
I can only talk about what I know. I'm a woman, so I come from that angle every time.
All right, before we get into that, Gringa is already coughing. He's here to do motivational chats
this morning. Meanwhile, I didn't say my name. For those who don't know, it's Patience for. It hasn't changed. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it's not going to change anytime soon.
All right, Gringa Adebujimi, our certified life coach who is a regular on the show, is here once again. And today, Gringa, we're discussing staff management skills. Yes, which is very, very, very important.
Today is a day of management. How to manage your staff, how to manage your in-laws. So maybe one day our guests will come and teach us wife management or husband management.
That'll be the day.
Staff management skills. These are just few tips as an employer of labor over some years. Things that I've observed, things that I've done that failed me or that I failed through.
Okay.
You understand? And things that I've observed across board, especially in our environment. Things that are, you know, that are common to employers of labor, to chairmen of companies. And in fact, I believe very strongly that you guys, you are in the spirit for bringing these two topics together today. Do you know that many marriages are wrecked not only because of the in-law, but because of their in-laws' influence in the companies of the husband? I've seen that. I've seen a company that has that the staff are loyal because of the in-law, because of the wife, and not because of the owner of the vision. And I've seen companies whereby staff just disappear, they just resign, they just run away because of the influence, the negative influence of the wife or the in-law. So it's two ways, you understand? So who is a staff? A staff is an employee or a hired person to carry out a specific job descriptions in an organization.
Okay.
It could be your home could be the organization, it could be domestic staff, it could be your company, it can be your church, your mosque, you know. And a staff is that person who comes to an organization, and the organization or the boss can lean on. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Permit me to do this. I thought I would have a walking stick. When you have a walking stick, why do you use walking stick? I'm not saying the young men that are just using walking stick for show fashion
as a
now.
Fashion accessory.
Yes.
It's for support.
It's for support. So a staff that's why you call that walking stick staff. It's the same spelling. So you are a staff. You are somebody that we need to depend on. So
to carry out
on
a task.
on the camera, Patience and Justin, you cannot be the presenters at the same time. Manning the camera. You cannot be on the console. You cannot be in the mixing room. You cannot be on the editing. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
You are there so that the owner of the business or the MD or the management can actually lean on you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So as a staff, anywhere you find yourself, please know that that entire organization is actually leaning, not just depending, not just relying, but they are actually resting on you to carry out a significant job description in that department. So, number one, for anyone who owns a business or you are managing some people in your organization or in your home, number one thing you need to do is you need to make the vision clear to your staff.
Okay.
Make it clear. What is your dream? What have they come to do with you? A man without a direction is a man without a destination.
Okay.
Give them sense of direction. You know what? In this organization, we are number one watched TV in Lagos State, and we want to be number one in Nigeria. That's a vision. Am I talking to you?
Yes, you are.
Okay, you are writing. All right. So we want to be number one in Nigeria. How? Through 1, 2, 3. The vision comes, then the mission comes. The mission is the how. The vision is where we are going to. We want to ensure that in Nigeria, out of every 10 homes, 1 or 2 is watching Galaxy TV at every point in time. That is a church in Nigeria some years ago. The GO said his vision is that every NEPA pole that they should have their branch, so that nobody will complain that on Sunday church is far from my house. That's why. So it must be stated clearly. Then number 2, stick to that vision and be consistent as the visionary or as the visioneer or as the leader. Ensure, even if you are not the visioneer, if you are just an HOD or you are in charge of a smaller group or a bigger group under a chairman, under a CEO, ensure that in that your department you make what you want to achieve, you make it clear to them. You see, one of the tragedies of a black man is that a black man averagely does not have capacity to rule over himself, does not have capacity to write clear-cut goals for himself, let alone his generations to come. So you travel to some places around the world and you see some companies, you see in front of their buildings written 1892, 1904, solicitors and barrister, what, real estate. And you see the building, you will know that this building is an old design, but is as new as if they just built it yesterday. The vision must be clearly stated. Consistency. In this part of the world, the question is, in 2010, under National Productivity Conference, which I was one of the speakers, that was a research made, and we're trying to find out how many businesses in Nigeria especially had gone through transgenerational hands. That is, they've passed batons to their
from one generation
generation to another. Okay? If I give you the statistics, you'll be shocked. So that's number 2. Number 2, be transparent and be honest. Be transparent and be honest.
Even as a boss.
Even as the boss.
Okay.
Be transparent. Don't live dual lifestyle. You don't need it. Don't. Set goals for them. Warren Buffett is, I think, one of the top 5 richest men in the world. He owns the largest manufacturing aircraft company in the world. And he said, I only meet with my people at the beginning of the year. And after then, end of the year. At the beginning of the year, he gives them the goals for 2017. Go and run with it. And at the end of the day, come back with your report. Yes, the intermediate reports will be going maybe online via email, you understand. But you know what, at the beginning of the year, this is what. And even in your family, I tell people, do you have a family constitution? As the man, as the husband, you are the chairman or the CEO or the MD. As the wife, you are the vice president. But most of the time, our women love to be the minister for finance. You understand? Don't smile at me.
That's understandable.
Really?
It?
Can you imagine?
Yes.
It's understandable. Okay.
Isn't it?
Okay, it's fine.
Women are usually better managers when it comes to
I agree with you.
home affairs.
I agree with you.
Yes.
My wife is my mentor financially. When it comes to
Okay.
finance issues, I mean, I respect her in that regard. So, kudos to you.
Thank you.
Not all women. All right. Put round pegs in round holes.
Okay.
Put round pegs in round holes. Don't put a square pegs inside a round hole.
Okay.
You'll be frustrated. Communicate intelligently. Effective communication skills is very, very powerful. You need it. If I say to you, buy me chicken part, Justin may hear, he said, buy me chicken lap. Can you understand? So you need to, did you hear what I said? You said chicken lap. No, chicken parts. Chicken wings. Do you understand? You need to, that's just an example. You need to make your complicated dream as simple as you can.
Okay.
Simplicity is the hallmark of humility. Ensure you come to the barest minimum level, even to the cleanest level, to communicate with them. Carry your staff along in deliberations, not in decisions.
Okay.
In deliberations. Oftentimes we make that mistake that we need to decide with our, as a pilot of an aircraft, you don't ask your air hostesses the button to press when there is storm in the sky. That's complicated.
No?
Okay. You don't. But in deliberations, their input, very, very important, very, very critical, very, very necessary. But the final decision,
Rest.
juggle all that together
And then make the decision.
and make the decision.
It should be
Okay.
yours to make.
And to the staff, especially this fast-tracking generation, that they don't want to, patience is not part of their values and virtues. They need to be very, very careful. When you join an organization, you see, a dream is like an aircraft that is taking off. When it's taking off, it's like this. I mean, penetrating into the cloud. At that point in time, nobody dare to serve any food or drink. Put on your seatbelt, because at that point in time, the gravity, the altitude, the stability, everything is not balanced. It is when the aircraft is now balanced on a plane altitude, that is when they can now start serving food. Many people are
Cruising
not
height.
patient enough to wait until when
To reach that.
height
Okay.
that they will not be enjoying. But at the same time, we have some wicked bosses that even when the plane stabilizes, even when the plane is coming down to land again, they don't allow their staff to eat. They don't give them food. They don't give them money. Always listen to them. Accept responsibilities anytime you fail. Anytime you go wrong, admit, accept. Don't say because you are the boss, then you have to be bossy. No, don't. Be friendly. That does not make you their friend.
Okay.
I've said that before. Be friendly. But that does not mean you are their friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, down to earth. Because you are driving a 40 million naira SUV bulletproof and they are driving Legady's International LA 11L does not mean tomorrow they cannot attain even higher level than where you are today. So don't abuse verbally or insult them. I will sack you. I will fire you. Get out. Idiots. No, 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 no. Those are not the words and statements of an ideal boss who wants things to grow in life. Listen to me. If you are watching me as a boss or a CEO, whatever privilege you have today is just, apart from your hard work and the right work, is just by the grace of God, your manufacturer. We've seen people who work harder than many people and nothing could be shown for it. So always be grateful to God Almighty. Don't abuse your staff. I say it again, don't abuse your staff. Show interest in their living. Show interest in their living. Ask questions. Justin is quiet unnecessarily. Ask questions. Justin, are you okay? Hope your house rent is complete. Patients just come, ask questions. Especially this is school fees week.
Who can relate? Can I get a witness?
This is school fees week.
Okay. All right, Benga.
Listen to this. Not until you have money to bail somebody out that you can be of help. Just a word, just a statement can go a long way. Just joining hands together in prayer, whether in your Islamic way or Christian way, goes a long way. Do you understand?
I do.
Yeah, so we need to understand that. Deal with confrontations. Deal with confrontations. Encourage collaboration. For example, a staff of yours is good in a particular area of what you are doing. Instead of taking that skill or that talent or that idea from him, it's a unique idea, very, very unique to him. A wise boss, a wise CEO, we create a different platform for that idea to thrive and make that person, if not a director, a stakeholder in that business. That's how it's being done. But in Africa, the boss wants to take all. The boss wants to say, I am the chairman, I am the all and all, the lion of the tribe of my family. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Identify with their pains and family affairs. Identify with their pains, especially their family affairs. Identify with their pains. Identify with their pains. Don't say because I pay you salary, yes, your mother died, what's my problem? You have to come to the world. No, 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 no. That guy, that woman is a human being like you. I always tell people, use needle to pinch yourself and see how blood comes out before you pinch other person. We have to be, we have to be compassionate, and we have to allow empathy to engulf us. It is very, very important. Empathy is you putting yourself in that person's shoes and understand how it goes. Praise and reward your staff.
Okay.
Praise and reward your staff.
I think this is a very critical point, because I realize, even as parents, we're very quick to talk down on people when they make mistakes or things don't go well. But when they do the right thing, and we don't also praise them in that same way. Even as parents, we do that a lot. When a child goes wrong, we're very quick in trying to correct the child, either by flogging, whatever. But when that child does some act of good, I think we should also like reward the child, not monetarily, I'm not talking money, but at least encourage, praise the child, let them know that they did a good act. And I think it's a very valid point.
But let me balance this. Also, don't show your favorite.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Don't.
Of course.
If you don't want to be in trouble, or if you don't want to put that guy in trouble, no. You see, the best any man can give to you is an award. Only nature gives you reward.
Okay.
So reward in quote is what is award. You understand? Just a kind of compensation plans. Have a compensation plans in your organization. Do you understand? I learned this from one of my mentors, and I've been practicing it in my organization, and it has been working. It has been working fantastically. Trust me, it works anytime, any day. But don't show your favorite, because the best of human being is still human being. One day he may disappoint you.
Okay.
And the other guys will say, show Townsend.
True that.
But at the same time, please always give room for mistakes and error.
Yeah.
Not permanent and hazardous mistakes. Not somebody, intentionally putting you in trouble and the company is...
But the normal human errors,
Yes. You see, in December, we went for summer.
Yeah.
We went for summer
in December.
Yes, in Nakure.
Okay.
My family and about 18 of us. I do that every year, and we go around, we go check, Ikogo's Warm Spring, go check our own indigenous, And one of my guys who had been following me, who had been working with me for years, in fact, right from when he was in school, when he was university, he had started, I go to school, visit him, buy things from my mother. Just misbehaved, just a kind of misrule to my wife. And I tell people, I mean, you can insult me, I play with people, they insult me, I don't care, but don't try with my wife, And I got angry, and I said, I don't want to see you again. He called after, sent message, called my wife, sent people, blah blah blah, and all that, because we are so close, even to the family level. So in March, I just woke up, and that thing said to me, have you ever insulted people before? Have you insulted people's wife before? Yes or no? And I said yes. Call that guy and bring him back under you. And I went looking for him, and I brought him back. Listen to me. Meekness is a greater weapon, a greater tool than humility. And every CEO, every boss, every business owner needs it. Don't let me say more than that.
All right.
Wages is their right. These are the last two ones. Wages, their right.
Okay.
Wages, their right. It is the right of your child to drink water, but to drink juice is a privilege. So wages to your staff is their right. Any other thing may be privilege or addition, but their wages. Please.
Don't compromise.
Don't compromise. Don't use their wages to carry your family to go and do summer in America. God will never be happy with that person. Be their coach, their mentor, not just their boss. Interview them about their future. Ask them about their goals and their dreams. Listen to me. It is only a wicked man that will allow his son or daughter to grow under him and get married under him and start making babies under him. It is only a wicked father. A good father will wish his son or daughter to grow under him, get married, and go out. Don't keep people under you forever and ever. Be the staff example. Be the staff example.
Let us talk about wages being the right of staff, because I've seen people complain, and it actually resulted in a lot of lack of interest and laxity towards work, because an organization actually had been owing staff for a long time. The excuse then was that they've not really been making profit, and each time around you see new cars parked in the garage, of the CEO.
Don't mention names.
And I'm not mentioning names. You see cars packed and all these summer trips flying almost every other month, and the staff just can't understand why they're not being paid, and yet things are just changing in the company.
The tragedy of a black man. I'm not sure. I've not seen examples of that outside black race, outside Nigeria. So I'm not making, I'm just talking based on my own, what I know here. an average black man is doing whatever he's doing either to impress or to oppress. We live our lives in such a way that we want to oppress or impress.
It's always for show.
For show. And I always tell, you see, black men, husbands, don't allow the demon in your father to continue with you by oppressing your wife. Your wife is not a slave. Same thing with many Nigerian or African bosses. Unfortunately, Justin, we or the staff or the subordinates had been wrongly hypnotized that comfort and convenience are the victory signs over those that are oppressed by the oppressors. So they have been wrongly conditioned to be under that atmosphere and be doing rankadede, babadede, babake. Don't you see how our youth or one meji loke as a conle for a senator who is supposed to be serving you, who is stealing your money, and you are still doing rankadede, sir. So the mindset, the minds of Nigerians have been battered, and that is why we are shouting, we are talking, deliver yourself. For the mere, you see, religious people, we even respect our pastors according to the size of their jeeps. Listen to me. For the mere fact that you are driving one Japanese or Chinese car does not make you a better man than I do, that I'm trekking. So it is still that same DNA of oppression that is living in them. Unfortunately, our policy makers and our policy making had not helped matter. Have you seen the labor law of Nigeria? Justin, you will weep for Nigeria. Why? Because the capitalist niggers over there who are controlling the atmosphere and the economy and the money had made it such a way that is why you see somebody coming from Lebanon, from China, and our youth will die inside their factory here in Nigeria and nothing will happen.
Nothing happens.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Why? Because they've seen the way we treat ourselves, so they can treat us badly more than that. The best way is for staff to begin to channel their energy positively. Positively. Come together. Don't carry placard. It has never worked. It won't work. Engage intellectual discussions and see how you can do it. And if that company fails to change, I mean, engage legal process. That's what I mean. We were shocked that a senator who misbehaved, or we were shocked that the court will say, go ahead with the record, which means things are changing. So
which means there are laws.
Yeah, there are laws. It's only that we don't allow it to work. So engage in legal discussions and let the boss pay the salary.
All right, thank you so much, Benga. Another insightful time with you on the show today. Staff management skills. And this is essentially for business owners. But even if you don't own a business yet, you're not a CEO yet, one day you just might, become a boss, which is why knowing how to manage your staff and even manage yourself is very, very important. Thank you again. Our guest has been Benga Ademujimi, and he's a certified life coach. Do you have a mother-in-law who just won't butt out of your marriage?
Or a father-in-law?
Yes, or a father-in-law who tends to know it all, or sister-in-laws who just won't approve of anything that you do. You just can't do right, and all of that. Well,
sorry, or a father-in-law who is sleeping with the daughter-in-law.
Well, that's an extreme. That's to the extreme. Well, surprisingly, if you intend to keep that marriage, if you intend to stay with your husband, that means you are stuck with your in-laws. So how do you manage that situation and ensure peace in your home and for yourself as well? That's what we're going into when we come back from this quick break.
It promises to be very exciting, and I'm really looking forward
Please
to
don't
this
go.
discussion.